Hmm. Apparently, if you watch this video, a week from now you will die. Ah, that's just a bunch of baloney. Um, no, sorry. You've had a wasted trip. I told you when you phoned me 7 days ago. I don't have a soul for you to take. See? That, huh? See that? Vampire. I don't do any of that, mortal soul thing.
Japanuary.
Why, hello YouTube, it's me, Lark the Vampire. Don't worry, I got my fangs away now. So it's New Year, so it's January, or in this case, Japanuary. So for the next, 5 weeks, every Friday throughout January, I'm going to be here reviewing a Japanese horror movie for you all because you deserve one. And yes, why am I hosting the Japanese-oriented show on this channel? Well, I'll tell you a few things. First of all, I lived in Japan for a long, long time. Yes, it was practically my adopted home country. I came over there in 1600 because I've been around now for nearly 510 years. I arrived there in 1600 and I stayed there for the longest time, 97 years. And what happened was I worked my way into a Japanese army and stuff, and I learnt the ways of the samurai. Yes, I did. I learnt the ways of the samurai and became one. Yes, I was a samurai. Yeah, back in my day, I was known as Lakaru, the dangerous demon samurai that drained the blood of his kill. That was a long, long time ago, though. I mean, I did go back to England at one point in the 17th century when I heard about the Fire of London, but then I became a master, or a samurai grandmaster, and I kind of still am if I remember the right moves. And now, well, I've lived a lot of lives, and I've lived for 500 years. Met my current wife, Yakumo, during my time in Japan. And every few hundred years we might take a break from our marriage, or every few decades. Right now we're back together because we love each other as company at the moment. But if the time should come again for a hiatus, well, we're immortal. We get time to plan all these things. Anyway, I'm banging on now about my whole reason for loving Japan. So, Japan. So I thought, why not kick it off with a horror review of the 1998 horror classic, that is Ringu, or Ring in English. From 1998, based on the 1991 novel of the same name, Ring, by Koji Suzuki. This film adaptation is screenplay written and directed by Hideo Nakata. Sorry, my Japanese is very rusty. This stars Nakaho Mosato. They're hard for me to read out. I am getting old. Anyway, this film is from Japan. It is, set within Japan, so you know the premise. It's about this haunted video, that's cursed by this young girl named, by this young girl in the well named, it's not Samara Morgan because that's just the American remake. In this, she's called Sadako. That's it, Sadako, who is, well, if you've seen the American remake, you know that she was killed by her mother, thrown down a well, lived down there for 7 days, and then this video became cursed where if you watch it, you will receive a call saying you will die in 7 days, and of course, the only way to do this, to get rid of it, is to make a copy of the tape and pass it to another person and pass it along. And of course, our main protagonist, Rilko, she does pass it on to her former husband, who watches the tape. Then, of course, her son, Yoichi, watches it, and she believes by lifting the curse, she can find her body and put it to rest. Then she can survive, and the curse can be lifted. However, she does lift the curse without even realizing it, and tries to warn her ex-husband, but of course it's too late. Of course, we do get a sequel in this, Ring 2, but I'm talking about the first film. So what did I like about this one? Well, I liked the creep factor. I liked the ghostly tones and the visual effects. Yes, the American remake is one of those rare occasions where a remake is just as good as its Japanese counterpart. But this, I didn't mind the subtitles. I didn't mind reading them, and, I even understood them quite a bit because, back when I was a samurai, I did consume the blood of Japanese people, and it was easy for me to learn their whole language, and that's what I did. But yeah, if you can look beyond that, it is a good horror. It's unsettling and unnerving, and there are some suspenseful moments. This film, of course, is nearly 30 years old, and of course there's a lot more scarier and spookier things nowadays that can, cause bother and terror, but, with this it had no studio interferences from the likes of Hollywood. This was all Toho, and it's, a good classic, which I still like. Still unnerving. Available on Prime Video in the UK. That's where my current location is. I've been living here in the UK now since 1977, 76. No, probably 1975. But anyways, yes. Ringu or Ring, suspenseful, good visual effects, especially on the girl, Sadako, with her ghost-like appearance, with her nails and her wide eyes, which is what they do with these kind of things in Japanese horror. It's, suspenseful, unnerving, and I like it. It's a fun film. It's around, it's about 95 minutes long, so a good hour and a half of this. It does have issues with some of the pacing. The opening act was good, though, with the two girls. One claiming she watched the tape and then, gets it. They even mirror this in the American remake. In fact, there's a lot in the American remake. They do reflect and mirror. Make a few changes and alterations there, like with the characters' names, because, they can be a bit of a tongue twister for the English language. But, yes. Ring. I like this one. Classic. I will give this... let me see. I will give this... Yeah, I think I will give this 4 katanas out of 5. 4 katanas out of 5 for Ring. So there you go. There is my review for this week on Ring. Have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have been Lark the Vampire, and this has been Japanuary, the first episode. So, if I don't see you for a week, I'll see you next Friday for another Japanese, another J horror review for Japanuary. So, until next time, and be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Very important that Random Ross, I tell them that for him. Anyway, yes, until next time, don't have nightmares.